Hello, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of Kicking It with Keita. I am your host, Tequila, and this is my podcast. Like I said, Kicking It with Keita. We are wrapping up our month of June. Can you believe it? June is almost over, and mental health month is coming to an end, especially for the men, because it is mental health for the men, but it's for everybody. It's for everybody because mental health is so important. And I am going to continue to talk about this topic, throughout my segments and kind of touch on mental health because it's important. In this day and age we live in today, it's so important that we protect our peace at all costs, no matter what. Partners, co-workers, children, you have to protect your peace. So getting back to mental health, the first part I want to talk about is that Tyler Perry movie. Nobody left me a comments about Straw, and I'm not watching it. But the little tidbits I did see is that she basically was having a psychotic break throughout the whole movie. Everything was about her trying to cash this check. And again, I have not watched the movie, but what people have been telling me at the end of the movie, it was all about her psychotic break and her imagining these things and imagining that the child was still alive. The child passed away in the hospital, and that she was trying to cash this check, and in the bank, that's when everything start to come back to her where the child passed away, she carrying the child and her remembering the things that happened and her mother talking to her on the phone. And that all ties into us protecting the mental health that we have and protecting our mind and protecting when someone is disrupting your peace. And in our community, we don't talk about these things. Mental health and protecting your peace, those are taboo topics in our community. But as it becomes more prevalent and mental health becomes more of a hot topic for us, we start to open up these conversations and open up these doors and talk about getting help and talk about addressing when you are feeling a certain type of way and you're feeling out of sorts and you are not yourself. And self-awareness is important, when it comes to mental health, being able to say, hey, I'm not okay, and that's okay to say I'm not okay, and getting the support and the help that you need when you're feeling out of sorts. And sometimes, again, it's a touchy subject with us. We don't like to say that we're okay because we are so quick to say, and this is a society norm, I'm okay, I'm built to take this, I'm built for this, I'm always strong. But that's not the case. This world we live in today, it will break you down. It will have you second guessing things that's happening in your life. That's why I chose this particular profession, because I know how important it is to have that peace of mind and be able to say that I need help. I might need medication. I might be chemically imbalanced. I had someone near and dear to me to find out, I'm not going to say too late, but to find out that they had bipolar disorder when it was almost too late. It's never too late, but to address this certain type of mental illness when it was almost too late. I'm not going to say too late, when it was almost too late, but get the help that he or she needs and get on medication to help you kind of balance out when you are feeling out of sorts and when you're feeling like, hey, I need some help. But the first thing is to do is to have that self-awareness and to ask for help. And getting back to the movie, not sure if Taraji P. Henson's character actually got help or was able to address those needs. I haven't watched the movie, so y'all let me know, what happened in the movie. So what do we do when we are mentally stressed? What do we do? I know what I do. I know I talk, but I ask for help. I ask for help and say, hey, time out, you guys. I need to get some rest. I need to get to sleep. And my kids always tell me that, like, I don't cry. I'm not a crier. I don't show my stress that way. So what I do is I just go to sleep. I just go to sleep and, like, Lord, take it all away while I'm But that is my way of dealing with stress. And stress comes on when you are, again, in your head. You mentally stressed. You need to get some rest. What do you guys do? Go in the comments and tell me what you do when you are stressed. And stress comes on when you're tired, when you just overexert yourself. Like, again, I'm strong, I got this. You overexerting yourself. You are like doing too much. You are stressed out from work or your partner or your kids. Like, what do you do when you are mentally stressed? Like, I need to take a break, I need some time off. Because stress can lead to, it can be medically contributing factors like football players, they experience sometimes mental health after playing or being injured. You know, you can have a head injury that can cause, medical condition. Even the wrong medicine can cause you to have that chemical imbalance. And also, this one is near and dear to me as well. It could be substance abuse. You know, people who use substance for a long period of time, and whether it's alcohol or whether it's hard drugs, that can cause mental health issues. If it's used or abused for a long amount of time, that can cause mental health issues. So there's a lot of factors that come into play when it comes to mental health. But the best thing to do, you guys, is to protect it at all costs. Do not let anyone disturb your peace. Continue to support people who have mental health issues, and call them, check on them, make sure you're loving on them and speaking words of affirmation to them, and be able to have those tough conversations. Be able to ask those hard questions, because sometimes, like I said, in our community, it's so hard to talk about things that's wrong, things that we have that's going on that's wrong, even if it's not wrong, because mental health is not wrong. It's just a topic that is hard to touch on in our community, and it's hard to talk about. But again, give those loved ones a call, even if it's a coworker, someone who you care about. Give those loved ones a call, check on them, making sure that they're taking a medicine. The medication is very important. When you have mental health, medication is very important, because it stabilizes you, it helps you be balanced, and it also helps control that chemical imbalance that you are experiencing. So continue to love on them and check on them. You guys, I appreciate everybody who has liked, commented, and subscribed. I need all support that I can get. I need all the support that I can get. So you guys, I appreciate you. I love you. Continue to, like I said, protect your peace at all costs. We're going to continue to talk, and it's going to continue to get real. So again, I love you. I appreciate you. It's your girl, Keita G. But don't forget, before I let you go, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your coworker when you go to work, and then go next door and tell your neighbor we're kicking it. We're kicking it over here. It's Keita. Love you guys so much. Like, comment, subscribe. Talk to you soon. Continuing to touch on contributing factors, genetically, there could be some mental health issues within the family on your mother or your father's side. Genetically, it can just be inherited. Mental health can be inherited. And I find that a lot working with the population that I work with, is either the dad side of the family, and, his brother or his sister had mental health issues, or the mother side of the family, her mother or her father had mental health, issues. And another contributing factor could be definitely a chemical imbalance. And that's, more scientifically, in your head, in your brain. And that's something, you cannot help if you have a chemical imbalance. That's something that, it's just how the Creator God made us. Another important, and this is my one that I really look at the most with mental health, life experiences. Y'all know life can beat us up. The experiences that you have in life, that's the most important thing, in how we deal with it, that can cause mental health. Our life experiences, trauma, abuse. It could be neglect. All those things are contributing factors, and those are the most important things. Witnessing something that's really traumatic, that messes with the brain, and that's why it's so important for me, for Keita. I don't like to watch certain type of movies anymore. I don't like to listen to certain type of music because I don't want that in my head. I don't want that in my head. I don't want to be replaying it. And so, like, witnessing certain type of things, the experiences, the seeing the, and I don't want to say the word, y'all know what I'm talking about, or like those impact us in such a way that it causes not only mental health, it causes stress. And that stress on your body can cause other things. It can cause you to lose weight, cause you to lose sleep, cause you to lose hair. All those things, again, contributing factors to mental health. And specifically, I want to touch on childhood experiences and childhood trauma. All those things, we carry those things on to adulthood, whether we want to admit those things or not, and whether we want to acknowledge those things or not. All those experiences and events that we experienced as children, we carried those over into adulthood. All those bags we carry, and we got those bags, backpacks and everything, we carried on to adulthood. And those, again, contributing factors to mental health. And let's talk about our environment, where we live, where we work, where we go visit. All those things can cause stress. Our environment, even, did y'all know this? Even, I didn't really know this. Even isolation, being by ourselves. A lot of men and women that's incarcerated, they have a lot of mental health issues when they're coming out, because that isolation, that messes with our brain and our chemical makeup. It actually alters our brain. It alters us when we are isolated. Us as human beings, we need human contact. We need human contact. We need hugs. We need someone to talk to us and speak good thoughts and positive affirmations. We as human beings, we need these things. So sometimes being isolated, it causes mental health issues, whether we want to admit or not. Let's talk, whether we want to admit it or not. Being isolated causes mental health. And also, the way you develop and the way you are brought up by your family or your foster family, or brought up by your parents or whoever your caretaker is or has been, that causes mental health. When you are not nurtured and you are not loved on the correct way, that also can cause mental health. So it's like really important as a child to really get that love and get that support and get those words of affirmation when you are growing up. So when you become a young adult, you will remember all the morals and values and your caretaker have taught you, and you won't be holding so much of the stressful parts and the stressful moments in your life. You will carry the good things, and mentally that helps us as adults and young adults. It helps us develop the correct way and have those good morals and values. And also with mental health, it could be medical conditions. It could be medically